Alright, so welcome to the Creative Bangers program. Here I'm going to be teaching you how you can create content for your outbound prospecting method, and also you can use this to grow your brand as well, but mainly for outbound purposes, and warm your clients up and just make it rain for your agency. So first things first, you need to understand that as a founder, mastering the art of persuasion is essential because everything you want will come after a stranger has been persuaded to take the action that you want them to take, right? So if you can't influence someone, you will never be successful. You need to be able to influence someone to hop on a call with you. You need to be influenced to influence someone to give them your credit card. You get the point, right? So this is what I meant if you want it more clearly. So here we have prospect in his or her current situation, and then we got the desired situation that they want to be in, right? So the person that is going to get them from here to here is not the person with the best product. Okay, it's the one with the most persuasion that's going to be able to help this stranger. Okay, persuasion is so important. Like, it's an honor to help people to bridge the gap between where they at and where they want to be. And hear this out, all right? All failure in business come from not being able to persuade people in giving you a shot. Okay? You probably heard like what, 9 out of every 10 startup fails, and all of them fail because they couldn't persuade their clients or the investors into giving them a shot. Okay, so the focus of this training is to get you to master the art of persuasion by following the frameworks and concepts created by some of the greatest marketers and advertisers and psychologists in the world. Okay, so I took what I learned from breakthrough advertising and a couple of other books like Russell Brunson's 3 books, and all of those learnings are here. Okay, so when it comes to structuring your sales assets, a asset could be a video, a two-step, which is like a tweet, a blog post, or a comment. Okay, essentially anything that you do to generate attention and convert them could be called a sales asset. So the most important problem to solve in each sales asset is the awareness level of the prospect. If the person you are trying to sell through your sales asset isn't aware of a problem or solution, then regardless of how important your insight or solution is, you are not going to be able to sell anything or persuade them into taking action because they don't think they need it. Okay, they are not aware of it. So what are the different stages of awareness? So this is something that you can find on breakthrough advertising. So every single prospect have like 5 different stages of awareness. I made a little mistake here, but essentially they're going to be having 5 different stages of awareness. Okay, stage one. If they're in stage one, they're like completely unaware. And just as it sounds, prospects at this stage are unaware that they have a pain or a problem that the service that you offer solves. And the advertising or your sales assets need to create the awareness of the problem and the services it solves and the services that solves it. Okay, so if you are running a sales agency, you need to create the awareness of your prospect that they need more meetings, and then you show them, hey, we got a service that gets you more meetings. So if you think your prospect is on this stage, do that. Okay, when they are on stage 2, which is problem awareness, the prospect is aware of the problem that the service solves, but not the service itself. Advertising needs to highlight the service as a potential solution. So here, the prospect knows that they need meetings, that they need leads, but they don't know whether somebody could help them with it. Okay, so your sales assets could be like, hey, we help X book meetings. So that what you should focus on your sales asset if they are on stage 2. If they are on stage 3, which is solution awareness, the prospect is aware of the solution category but not the service itself. So here they know that there are solutions to get more meetings, and so your advertising needs to be done to show this service as a superior solution. So here they know that there is this service that they need, the solution that they need, which is booking meetings, and your sales asset need to show like the unique features and benefits of the service that you're offering to solve this his problem. So let me give you an example. So you could say like to the person that wants meetings, hey, we get you meetings on a commission basis. Okay, so you're going to be showing your unique features and the benefits of service. And stage 5 is most aware, and the prospect has made a decision to either buy or not take their service. Advertising needs to reinforce the decision. So like so the person that wants meetings decided that they want to buy our service, and our ads or our sales assets should be directed to reinforce his decision. So we could show him more case studies, more wins, and that way like he reinforces his decision. Okay, it's always better to consider that the prospect is at the first stage of awareness, because the truth is most people don't know what their problems are. They just have a feeling that something is not right. And if you do this, the people who already are aware of their problem, service or solution, the people that are beyond stage 1, they will actually trust you more, because now you are describing the exact situation that they are in back to them. Okay, and if somebody describe your situation better than you know about it, you would trust them, right? Because they know they are on your shoes. Once you know how important it is to get prospects to be aware, you need to understand the level of sophistication of the market. And this is going to be helping you position your messaging in your sales assets and even your outbound campaigns. Okay, so the way you pitch your offer in your sales assets changes as the market evolves. Okay, so the more they get pitched, which is like 90 days, so every 90 days the market goes through these sophistication stages. Okay, that's why I put that there. So you need to change your pitch according to the sophistication of your market. I don't know why I can't say that word. So a good example for this is the classic Facebook ad service agency. Okay, so like the pitch or the messaging around this service has gone from I'll sell you FB ads. Back in 2019, you could tell any local business that you sell Facebook ads, and prospect would just jump into agency. Okay, but then everybody started pitching Facebook ads, so the market got sophisticated. So the pitch evolved from I'll sell you Facebook ads to I'll sell you Facebook ads to add an extra 6 figures to your business. So now the pitch is more in depth, and the claims are more exaggerated. But even the market got bored of these kind of pitches as well. So everybody started. So now we are at a stage where the Facebook ads agency owners will tell you that they'll give you Facebook ads to couple million to add a couple million in your revenue. And if they didn't get you any results, they'll actually pay you $5,000 for wasting your time. That is the level of market sophistication for FB ads agencies. Okay, so this is why you need to understand how sophisticated, oh my god, your message, your market is, so you can adjust your messaging. Because imagine that you go into the marketplace right now and you just say, I'll sell you Facebook ads. Like nobody's gonna listen to you, okay? Because everybody else is pitching this while you're pitching this. So you're not gonna get any responses. Now, when it comes to the 5 stages of market sophistication, actually, I made this beautiful graph that goes over it. So let me zoom in. The first stage of market sophistication is like when you are on something new, when you are on a blue ocean. So you are like the first, if not one of the first. There is zero sophistication here. And if you are the first guy, all you have to do is just state the claim, I'll give you Facebook ads. The need, I'll give you Facebook ads to book you more, find you more leads. And the outcome of your solution, which is essentially like, I'll I'll give you Facebook ads and I'll get you leads. That's all you have to say if you are on a market with zero sophistication. But if it's in the second stage of market sophistication, where now a bunch of new Facebook ads agencies have come into the market, a bunch of new AI automation agencies have come to the market. And what you need to do now, you can't just say this. You can't just say you're giving them Facebook ads, bots. Okay, you need to enlarge your claim. So like, I'll I'll book you 20 meetings a month using Facebook ads. Okay, so you need to enlarge what you said before, which is I'll book you meetings, I'll get you leads through Facebook ads. Here you enlarge it. You say, you put some numbers there. You say, I'll book you 20 meetings using Facebook ads. I'll give you 10 leads a day using Facebook ads. Okay, so if your market is on stage 2, just enlarge the claim. If they're on stage 3, everyone is now aware of the product and know a few companies already solving it. So this desire is still there. They still want, the meetings, the leads, but you can't just simply focus on bringing in their desire to get their attention. So in this stage, you can't just say, I'll book some meetings, I'll book 10 meetings using Facebook ads. You need something new, a new mechanism to make the old promise work. Here, the market shift from what to how. So they no longer care about the what, which is getting meetings. They care about how, just the mechanism you use to book meetings. And you can't say the old mechanism, this is Facebook ads. You need something new. You need to innovate. So now you could say like, hey, I use short form content and paid ads to get you meetings. So it's the same thing that you're giving them, which is meeting, but you are getting them those meetings with a new mechanism. Okay, and people love new things, so you're totally gonna get them, get their attention. Okay, and the fourth stage of market sophistication. At this stage, you repeat what you did for stage 2, but for the new mechanism. So on stage 2, we enlarge the claim that we told before. Here, what we're going to be doing is enlarge the claim that we made in stage 3. So we said like, hey, I'll book you 10 meetings using short form content and paid ads. If that's what we said here, we need to say something like, hey, I'll book you 5 meetings a day using short form and pay that. So just enlarge the claim. On the fifth stage of market sophistication, the market is dead. Your competitors are leaving, and everybody has gotten gotten pitched like 100 million times over a week. So the way to get their attention right now is by identifying with the situation, therefore making them lower their guard. And you identify with them by describing their situation, their pain points. So at this stage of the market, everybody is just bored or just turned off by Facebook ads. Okay, no, if you like say somebody that you are selling Facebook ads, you're just gonna get blocked. Okay, that's level 5. And here you are gonna be pitching not the offer, but you are just gonna be more like relating to them. You're gonna be saying things like, hey, yeah, I get you, I get that it's hard for you to book meetings, I get that you don't have enough time to spend with your family, I get that you can't travel, I get that you can't buy a Bentley. So you relate to them. You relate to their personality, their personal values, their personal pain points, and this is just gonna be lowering their guard. Because, like I said before, if someone can describe your situation better than you know the situation yourself, then you are just gonna trust them. Okay, so at level 5, you are not even gonna pitch your service. You're just gonna be relating to them and making them lower their guard. And that's all for the essentials. So before you create any, bangers, you need to know what is the awareness level of your prospects and also what is the sophistication of your market. Okay, because if you don't get those things right, every other thing that you're going to be doing is going to be worthless. Alright, so now that you understand the sophistication and awareness of the market, we can go over the steps that you could use to create bangers. Okay, so the first step is research. The biggest lever you can pull is the time you spend on understanding the driving force called desire of your prospect. I think I took this from Breakthrough Advertising, which is like the greatest book of advertising, alright? Here, what they told you is that the best thing that you can do to create a good advertising campaign is doing research. Okay? So this is why business success is built on knowledge gaps and insights. Someone knows something that another doesn't know, therefore is willing to trade top dollar to either solve the problem they're having or create the solution for the problem. Just like some people will sell you the solution to solve your problem. Some people will tell you to start an agency if you're broke. That's solving a solution. But when you are like a couple levels above that, some people will actually tell you how you should think in order to solve your problem. So if you are broke, some people might say start an agency and they will sell you their course, but some people will say okay, so some people will teach you the principles of business, of marketing, and help you learn sales, and they will then let you decide which path you want to go to not be broke. And that's what I mean by create the solution for the problems. Okay, and even the people who are buying services are doing it because the person rendering the service has built the infrastructure to deliver X outcome faster and more efficiently. So let's say like you're buying an appointment setting service. You're only buying it because the person that you're buying it from has built the infrastructure to get you payments faster than you could do it yourself and more efficiently. Okay, if you could do the same thing that they are doing, then you wouldn't pay them, right? So that's what I was going over here. And even the people that are buying luxury items like a Bentley Continental GT are paying for the insights and outcomes that a product like that offer, like that offer, but other items don't actually offer those kind of insights and benefits. So for example, you do not buy a Bentley to go from point A to B, right? Which is like the benefits of other car brands. Okay, you could buy a Mercedes, a Mazda to go from point A to point B. You buy a Bentley because unlike other cars, you can go from point A to B faster because I think this thing got like 800 horsepower. This is mad. And you can do it in a luxurious manner. Okay, if you ever been to a Bentley cockpit, bro, it's like flying. You don't drive across the road, you fly, you cruise. Okay, it's like heaven, man. And that is why people pay $300,000 to buy a Continental GT, not because of the insight that it can get you from point A to B, but because of these other benefits that only Bentley can offer. Okay, you won't buy a Lambo to go for luxury, right? You're gonna break your back if you were to buy a Lambo. So anyway, to make banger content, to make bangers, I shouldn't put VSL here. To make bangers, you need to have two insights: the desires of your market and how to get those desires fulfilled faster and more efficiently than anyone else's. You need to have those insights if you were to win in this business game. Okay, easy for you to say, Kaiser. Like, how am I actually going to find these insights, you ask? And I reply, well, you can find these insights using surveys. You can monitor communities. So, like, you can join, if your prospects are agency owners, you can join a Facebook group of agency owners and see what are their frequently asked questions. So, like, in the Facebook group, agency owner might put a post saying that they are struggling to book appointments. So you know that a problem they're facing is booking appointments. And you could also use tools that gives you data about your prospect. There are like certain tools that gives you traffic data from other sites, other platforms, and you could use those. But the best method, in my opinion, is YouTube. Why? Well, because YouTube is being an intent-based channel, you get real data about what your prospect actually wants. Okay, so if you're, let's say, like, to illustrate this, if you're, let's say, you are selling for salespeople, so all you have to do is go to YouTube and find an influencer in that space. And I'm just gonna use Jeremy Miner. All right, so we are on YouTube. We're gonna be searching Jeremy Miner, and we are on Jeremy Miner. And you might not actually see like the thumbnails because I got those disabled. You should do it too, or you are just ruining your focus. Okay, so we're gonna go to Jeremy's channel and we're gonna be sort by popularity. And when you sort that, you are only gonna be checking, you're only gonna be considering the videos that are less than 12 months old. Okay, don't like go over these 3-year-old videos because trends change. Okay, your market doesn't want the same thing that it wanted 3 years ago. It doesn't want it right now. Okay, so you need to know. So only check out these kind of videos where it's less than 12 months old. So here we can see that scientifically proven steps to building rapport. So I could assume that salespeople are having problems with building rapport. They are having problems with asking good probing questions. They are having problems with committing them to sales. And so those three, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be typing out those three problems and I'm going to put them on a doc. Okay, so let me show you. Alright, so as you could see, I wrote down the three titles of those videos on a Google Doc. And you need to do this too. Just find an influencer, find the most popular videos, and just copy and paste the titles of the top three videos. Okay, and you want to create all of your sales assets, all of your bangers related to those three. Okay, like you could share mechanisms that will help them build rapport. You could share strategies of asking good probing questions. You could share a new method to get them to commit. So all of your sales assets are going to be based on these three insights. Okay, so like I said before, you're going to be picking three three topics. Okay, let me read this right now. Pick three topics and use it as your headline. So those titles that I copy and pasted on that Google Doc, I'm going to be using those as my headlines, okay? Because they have already gone viral. People already want it. So I don't have to waste time, coming up with new headlines that could go viral. I already know what people want, so I'm just going to give it to them. And as a result, it's going to be going viral. So you do that, use those as your headlines. I guarantee that you're going to get attention and a lot of it. So all right. So once you have done your research and you know the topics that you're going to be using as your headlines, we are going to be going over how to structure your sales asset. Okay, and there's like a million ways to do this, but I'm just going to give you the simple and the most efficient insights so you can just get straight into it. Okay, I don't want to waste your time. So to simplify things, I'm going to be focusing on two types of sales assets. First is AGSAs, exas, which is like attention generating sales assets. Okay, and then a CSS, which is attention converting sales assets. So what AGSAs are, this are essentially the sole focus of these is getting attention. 80% of his success will be dependent on how good you will become at creating attention generating sales asset. Because if you ain't got no attention, you ain't not getting no engagement. And if you ain't getting no engagement, you are not booking any calls. If you're not booking any calls, my friend, you're not going to be making any money. So these are vital. You need to be good at making them if you want to win. Next, we are going to be leveraging long form sales assets, so like YouTube videos, to warm up the prospects up and convert the attention generated following a specific framework, which I will go over later. Even though generating attention is important, like I said before, you do not want to be that person that has more attention than money. Okay, you don't want to be like an influencer who has millions of, you don't want to be like a TikToker who got like 10 million followers but makes like 500 dollars a month. You need to be able to convert that attention as well. So how to make banger LGSS? Well, first you're going to be finding the top three pain points that your market wants and stick to only making LGSS about them, because that's what they want and you need to give the market what they want, right? And if you did the researching step that I told you about before, then you don't need to do that. You can just use those three. But if you don't have those, let's say maybe there is no influencer for your prospects, then you just gotta start with the hypothesis and test it out. Or you can use YouTube, like I said before. But you could also find an influencer and find out which posts have the most engagement. So maybe they are not on YouTube, maybe they are on Instagram, maybe they are on TikTok. You can just see what kind of posts have the most number of engagement, and usually you'll see a pattern of topics. Like all of the posts that are most viral will have like three main common topics, and you just gotta make bangers relating to those three. All right. And second step is you need to think of value that is worth the attention and energy. Because what happens on sales assets is the prospects are giving them their attention, which is their time and energy. And in order for them to give you their attention, you need to give them something back. You need to give them some value. So they will exchange their attention for that value. So what are they getting in exchange for their attention? Well, you need to focus on novelty, speed, and ease. And if you can combine these three, and you're gonna make some overpowered AGSS. Alright, so once you find out these three pain points, focus on how you can solve them with something new, quicker, or with less work. Because people love those three, man. They love new things, they love to get things fast, done fast, and they are lazy, so they don't want to put that much work. So you're going to be showing those in your sales asset, and you're going to add some proof that these actually work, and boom, you just got yourself a banger. I probably said like banger 100 times here, didn't I? Alright, so once you did what I went over here, in the third step, you're going to be strengthening your sales asset by adding more value, or you're going to be showing them the real cost of acquiring that value. Okay, so first you need to put a case study, even if it's not yours. If someone else, got good results from what you are selling, you can use that, leverage that as a case study to make the value seems credible. Okay, if you don't make the person believes that this actually works, that they can actually get results from this, then they are just not going to pay attention. Okay, so, and next, if you had to spend time or money figuring out what you're trying to teach them, so let's say that you are trying to teach agency owners how to get booked appointments. Okay, that's what I'm kind of selling right now, and it took me 7 months to figure that out, and a lot of pain. I even had to spend money. So I could say like, hey, this took me 7 months to figure out, but I'm going to be giving you that for free. I would get your attention, right? Because why wouldn't you give me your attention? If you didn't give me your attention, you're gonna, the other choice you have is just to go out there, waste 7 months, and figure it out yourself. So you would give me your attention. So that's why you tell them what it took you, what it cost you to acquire this. The purpose of the VSL is to make them feel stupid saying no to engaging with your sales asset, just like I said right now. And if you fail to accomplish this step, your sales asset is always gonna underperform because nobody's gonna give them the attention. Okay, because they're not getting anything valuable out of it. And once you have done this, the next step is to add a call to action and think about how much friction you want to have. So adding friction make the lead more qualified since they have to work to get what they want. If you like let everybody get the sales asset, like you just post it on YouTube, like you're not gonna find that people that actually wants it. All right, so if you make them work for it by like telling at the end of the sales asset that you need to message me X or opt in or take action, then they need to do something, right? And the people that actually take action are going to be more qualified, because that means that they actually want this. Okay, and they're not lazy people. Or you could just make it frictionless call to action, like vote, like put a story out and just tell them to vote if they want it. That's very, that's literally no friction. You just have to click a button, right? And you would get more leads through that, but the prospects won't be that qualified. So I would always suggest that you add at least a little bit of friction, like message me or something. And if you follow these steps, here's the framework of your AGSA. Okay, you're gonna have in this headline where you say, hey, I just created this asset going over a new way to solve problem, achieve desired outcome without any pain, without and easier. So you tell them this, you're gonna focus on novelty, speed, and ease, right? And then you're gonna be telling them what it took you to acquire it. Okay, so you're gonna be going over that, and you can just put over some case study to show them that this really works and to build authority. But to get it, they need to do something, they need to work for it. Okay, and here's an example of AGSS by Serge Gatari, who's like the king of AGSS, to be honest. And say just create a new mechanism, so it's in the exact same structure that I showed you here. You could literally just go to this guy's Twitter and just copy what he's doing, and you'll go viral. All right. Now that you know why he's actually getting those engagement. Okay, he's using the exact same thing that I teach you. So that's it for AGSS. Now we're gonna be going over how to make banger ACSS in the next segment. Alright, so here we're gonna be going over how you can make banger attention converting sales assets. Okay, these are essentially video sales status. If you don't like put them on tweets, you're mostly going to be using them on video, so they are essentially video sales status, and you will be using and you're just going to be sending these to your prospects. Okay, now imagine if Amazon was only good at storing goods. Imagine if they all they had was just a bunch of warehouses all over the world, and they did not deliver them. They did not deliver your product in 24 hours, 48 hours. They just stored them, and other people would have to deliver them or drive to the warehouse to get them. There would be no business for them, right? Just as simple. So there would be no business for them, right? And just as it is important to Amazon to deliver, it is important for you to create banger ACSAs. Okay, we are going to be using ACSS to achieve following outcomes. So first, we're going to be using them to create authority and credibility fast. Because if you fail to do this, no one will pay attention because nobody trusts you. Everybody's just going to think you're nobody. So you need to have authority and credibility, right? And then we are going to be bringing the person to be more suggestible. Okay, we are just going to be able to convince them that they need our help. And then we're going to bring the person to understand that failure is not their fault, because if I came into this video and I told you that all your problems are your fault, then you wouldn't buy my solution, right? Because you are at fault here, not the mechanism that you used in the past, not the decision that you made. If it's your fault, then you won't buy from me. So we need to make sure that we find something else to blame on. Okay, so then we are just once we have told them that failure is not their fault, we educate them on how they can achieve the outcome they want faster and more efficiently. Okay, you need to always be focused on novelty, shut up, novelty, speed, and ease. Okay, I'm gonna be kicking out Discord. So you're gonna be educating like that. Then you're just gonna remove the risk of trying out this new method. Okay, you need to make it have the least amount of risk as possible. No, people don't like risky stuff. They need certainty. And once you have removed risk, you're going to show them that you are actually the only way out of the mess that they are in, and you're going to be showing them a clear path to getting help. So creating authority and credibility. So first you create a headline that goes over their current problems, pains, desired outcomes, and new methods, mechanisms, insights to achieving desired outcomes without pain. It can be done in the form of a transformation. An example, in 2022, I went from making $0 a month to making $1 million a month in 12 months using this new seven-figure leverage outreach system. And I recorded a free training here. So, and then you just link to the AGCA, AGCS, AGCA, okay? And you could just keep it simple by copy pasting your AG essays. So like what you made over here, you can just copy paste this and use it as a headline for your converting asset. And then you're gonna be needing to bring the person to become more suggestible for you. And well, how the hell am I gonna do that, you ask? Well, you're gonna be leveraging stories to increase your believability and make it more relatable for your prospects so that they become more suggestible to you. In example, you are going to be sharing a story about how most people in your niche struggles to solve X problem. So in the niche of agency owners, you could say like how most agency owners struggle to solve appointment setting problem because they never figured out the seven-figure appointment booking process. And you use stories because stories keep people's attention more than anything, like literally more than anything, because they activate multiple parts of the brain, including the emotion, language processing, and sensory perception parts of your brain. And this multi-dimensional experience create a more immersive and engaging experience to the listener, which will make it easier for them to you, connect with, and remember the message that you are telling them. Okay, it's the only thing that we can use to compete with naked TikTok girls, so you need to be good at this. So once you have done this, once you have made them become more suggestible, all you have to do is just add proof. Okay, you just gotta add a few case studies and anything that will show that this helped a lot of people and other people agree with its value create, which will create social proof. Now, social proof is immensely important. Okay, I can't tell you how important this is because when people see some others like this and they agree to this, they are automatically just gonna like it and agree to it themselves. It is wired in our brain. So you can add a bunch of screenshots of your clients winning, or if you don't have any clients, you could just add bunch of screenshots of other people that have used similar mechanisms and got good results, and you're going to be putting those screenshots of those and what you are doing has worked with to show them that what you're doing has worked better for some people and now they are on the other side, so that they will believe that it will work for them and they will get to the other side as well. So thirdly, you're going to be bringing the person to understand that failure is not their fault. So first you remove fault from listener and compliment them for still being on this path, and you're going to be needing to get them excited to the future. This is important because if you made someone feel like this, feel like they are the problem, then why, then like I said before, they're not going to be able to, they're not going to buy the new mechanism, because why would the new mechanism work if the problem is them? So find a list of things that you can blame for their lack of success. So if it's like an agency owner that is not booking appointments, I'm just using this example because it's my niche. You could blame them for not being consistent with their outreach and you being lazy, but it's not going to work. Instead, you're just going to be blaming the fault on their message. Okay, don't blame them. In example, if I was running a sales agency, I would blame other sales agencies that are selling outdated information for prospect. That's why they are not booking calls, because they have outdated sales information. Or let's say if I was running an AI automation agency, I would just blame appointment setting agencies for selling setups when you can literally do the same thing with the prospecting part. So never ever blame the prospect. Blame anything else. Blame gravity if you could. Okay. And next, you need to use the story framework, which I'll share later on this module. So once you have done this, then you need to educate them on how to achieve the outcome they want faster and more efficiently. Alright, so how are you actually gonna educate them? Well, you are gonna be creating 3 or 5 educational steps. Like, don't go more than that if you could. And each of these education steps has to target an inefficiency. Okay, so you're just going to be educating them on how to solve this inefficiency. And how you're going to be doing that is you're going to describe the inefficiency and the impact of that inefficiency. Do it so well that the prospect feels like you know them more than they know themselves. And like I said, like 200 times, if you could describe them their situation better than they could themselves, you're gonna win them over. Okay. Describe the new mechanisms that you're going to be using to solve these inefficiencies, which is part of the bigger mechanism. Okay. So if you're using like AI automation services, a part of your bigger offer is making a qualifying chatbot, and you help like talent agencies find qualified talent easily. So that's like part of a new mechanism of your bigger mechanism. And lastly, you're just going to be sharing some proof to prove that this actually worked. Doesn't have to be yours, you could leverage someone else's, and describe the benefits of the new process. So you could say like instead of using a VA to qualify talent, this new bot is not gonna cost you anything. Okay, just an upfront investment, and then no worries, it's gonna work 24/7. You can describe those new benefits, and you're gonna be having to repeat this for all of the educational steps. So step 1, you go all this, and for the second educational step, you're gonna be doing it again and again and again. Don't You don't need to take a lot of time with this, and I recommend using a flowchart because it's going to be way easier, and you could use receiptchart.com or figma.com to make one. Now you need to clarify their path. So path A or path B? Path A is them trying out and figuring it out by themselves. Share the hardship that comes if they chose to be in this path. Okay, tell them like, boy, you're gonna have a wild ride. Tell them how hard it's gonna be, how much hard they have to work. Obviously, don't overdo it. Just you just gotta elaborate on some realistic claims, and this is the part that we don't want them to take. Okay, if it weren't obvious. And part B is the part that we want them to take, which is working with you and buying your offer. You want to elaborate and make it certain that this path is seamless and it is almost certain that they are winning. People love certainty, they hate risk. You don't want to sound working with you as a risky thing. You want to make sure that it's 100% guaranteed for them to win. Okay, because people love certainty. Okay, if you can just make someone certain that they're going to be win, they're going to win using your offer, you already won. And finally, you need to make them a no-brain offer and a clear CTA at the end of your video sales setup. A no-brain offer could be for them to book a walkthrough session, but you also tell them add bonuses if they took this action. So you at the end of your sales letter, you could say, "Hey, if you book a call right now, I'll actually do a personal audit of your business." And that's the no-brain offer. And the call to action, you need to make a clear call to action by showing them what steps they need to take in order to get advantage of the offer. And finally finish it off with more proof and add scarcity and urgency. So make it limited and make it only available for a specific amount of time. So you could say like, hey, we are only taking in 5 people, or hey, we are only doing this offer where we coming and audit for the next 24 hours. And that's essentially everything that you want to learn about creating bangers, creating VSLs, creating attention generating sales assets. And if you have any questions, let me know.